Welcome back, everyone. Game number 1 of our final best of 3 of the day is about to kick off. Lacoste, we've got the NA Classic OpTic taking on compLexity. You know, the Kyle up against PPD.
Yeah, what we've seen today is nothing compared to this El Clasico. NA Dota, best region in the world, facing against each other. What more can you ask for, huh?
The draft, maybe, Lacoste.
Yeah, the draft already started. We are in for a treat. Razor Disruptor, even though Naga was in the pool, none of the teams decided to go for Disruptor and Naga. Thank God. Pepe hands. I don't know, I'm kind of bored already from these picks. I know people don't play for my entertainment, but neither do they play for yours. But it's still, I think Naga Saren's gonna get banned out a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen a lot of first phase Naga bans. We've also seen a lot of first phase Omni bans. Omni getting through the pool here, untouched. Chen, same story. compLexity with their Razor Disruptor opening, but OpTic, they steal away the Sand King, a hero that is well known over in compLexity, and they take the Rubik with him. Nice little pairing there for them. Lots of early aggression. Open and available, and there is the Naga ban. OpTic, take it out. Don't let them have the Naga Disruptor at all. As compLexity. What do you round out your second phase with? Gyro, maybe?
Yeah, they could go. Gyro, really strong pick right now because of the stacking capabilities as well. Supports get a lot of gold from it, and you can also steal enemy stack as well. Do you think it should be fair if enemy gets 15% of the, let's say Disruptor stacks, and the enemy Gyro steals the stack if he still gets 15%?
No, I don't think he should get it. I think whoever takes the stack, they should get it.
All right. So let's say you have a Rubik support and he gets it, even though he didn't stack because he's a support. He's a position 5 player. No, just kidding.
You're too gentle, Lacoste. Thinking about the support lives.
I might be anything, but I don't think I'm too gentle. Maybe Savage could describe me better. Sanking and Rubik work well against each other, work well together as well. Good roaming duo. Also, Rubik, once he steals Sanking, Burrow Strike, no cast animation.
None of that this game.
I'm expecting we're gonna see Dragonite, Pagna, even Chen picked up in the next 4 picks. Both of these teams love to play these heroes.
Yeah, along with that Gyro as well, a big potential. Brewmaster for compLexity, so they pick up Moo's hero pretty early on, knowing that no Sand King, get him that team fight control to go along with the Disruptor.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of teams, the way they're picking is they pick one hero, then they pick a hero that is kind of countered by that hero that they have. So right now they have a Disruptor who is really good against Brewmaster, so they pick a Brewmaster. And on the other side, Sanking and Rubik are not the best heroes to lock down Brewmaster. They have a couple of stuns, but not sure that's enough. Depending on the
cores.
Depending on the cores.
Need some big damage dealers. What do you look towards here? If Rubik's potentially going to be in that bottom lane with a core hero, needs some magic damage to get in on top of Brewmaster. I guess with Sand King being potentially an offlaner, like a Witch Doctor could come out, but there is the Gyro as we expected in that second phase for OpTic. Not banned by compLexity, so let through into their hands. And now you've got, you know, telekinesis into Rocket Barrage.
Into Sand King stun, yeah, that they can easily go offensive tri-lane with these 3.
10 seconds remaining.
A lot of kill potential, especially when you see a Disruptor. First thing always that comes to my mind that you should pressure and punish Disruptor in a tri-lane.
Could you think about the Chen still for compLexity? Is that still an option there for them? Chen, the killer of tri-lanes?
They could run it. I mean, OpTic is... OpTic can still run it as well if they play Sanking as position 3.
Well, that's true. Still plenty of options there for them. And we're not really knowing where this Razor's heading either. You know, could be that mid laner. Very often, though, will just be that safe lane hero to deal with the enemy off laner.
I don't think Razor has enough space on a mid right now. Well, they're thinking differently.
This still could very well be a Chessie Brew. Maybe throw Chessie Brew into mid. That's an option.
I don't know. I'm probably going to be a Razor mid Brew off lane, Jug safe lane. But they can switch things around. All these 3 heroes and are really versatile, and with the dual lanes on the rise, they can lane however they want.
Well, OpTic now. Are they going to show where the Sand King's going? Pick up your second support at this point. There's a potential way to go. Maybe a saving mechanism could be good up against Jug, Brew, Disruptor, Razor. You know, the Tusk is still out there as a potential hero to trap people in shards, get the full utilization out of the Gyrocopter. Wouldn't be too bad.
Also the Puck could be a good choice for OpTic Gaming right now. They don't have any lockdown besides the Disruptor ulti. And the Puck works really well against their cores, Jug, Razor, and especially Brew.
CCNC Puck, maybe?
Not necessarily. They can run it on and off lane. Zai can play it.
And that's the great thing about that Sand King, right? Such a hidden role hero. Never know where it's going to go until the draft concludes. So compLexity now pretty certain they're looking for their Z-Freak hero, right? Something to kind of control the tempo of the game early on, roam around, activate the Juggernaut, the Razor, some kind of way to make the most out of Static Link and that spin.
Yeah, I think Z-Freak is their best player in the team, so they're saving the last pick for him.
Well, maybe now with the Queen of Pain, Earth Spirit wouldn't be too bad. Get that nice stun silence combo in there potentially. But OpTic, Quap, again, we've seen this time and time. You've called it the hero that can slot in to any draft, any position really, and do reasonably well. Always know what you're going to get with the Queen of Pain. Decent amount of laning power. As there is the Chen ban finally taken out of the game. Cole scared of OpTic's Chen, and not the other way around. Well, it's always funny, you know, if OpTic were thinking about banning Chen, and now they're like, guys, what do we ban? What do we need to remove?
Well, they need a position 4 hero. I mean, Tusk is still in the pool. That hero does so much. I mean, it's NA Dota, so a lot of things don't make sense. Even though I was kind of becoming an expert, but always hard to guess what they're gonna pick. I need to go back to USA for a month at least, just to feel the vibe again.
Get that King's Cup going.
Yeah.
Get the boys back together. Thinking long and hard about this, aren't they, OpTic?
Yeah, they're running out of time. Maybe they will not ban anything.
Blank ban?
Yep.
Omni ban. There we go. Finally comes out. Would have been an odd pick, I guess, but workable, passable. OpTic now with only 20 seconds for their last pick. I guess they've kind of run the clock to potentially think about this last hero they're going to go for. Time to show where the Sand King's heading.
10 seconds remaining.
Will we see the Zai Sand King or the 33 Sand King?
Radiant team pick.
The final pick, Enigma. Oh, no BKB piercing disables, no amazing wave clear either against these Eidolons. They don't have any good shove.
So what they could go for is Clockwork position 4, or they could go for, let's say, Venge. They need something to pierce Enigma's BKB.
5 seconds.
Like they have nothing. Even
what about a Doom?
Doom can work as well. That's a good call.
Doom against Quap, runs around and does a ton of damage to Sand King, Gyro. Z-Freak Doom could definitely work nicely here.
Well, even Enigma not having a BKB, they have nothing to stop it with. Disruptor ulti, if it's used, Brewmaster needs to split. It's gonna be hard.
It sure is. They have 0 stun. Well, I guess they've got 1 stun, the Pebble from the Brewmaster split.
I mean, you have Razor, but you want to have, when you have a lineup with that hero, you need to have heroes around him so he can actually get the static link off. Something with a stun. They have 0 stun so far.
Actually, you know what's really good here is Pudge.
Nope.
You know what?
I mean, Pudge is my favorite hero, but the hero feels so underwhelming at this point because of the rot and mana cost early on the hook. It feels like you can't do anything.
Now that's an interesting hero. You called for the puck much earlier on. compLexity come out with the last pick puck. Now we see OpTic immediately picking all of their heroes, and Z-Freak's on the Brewmaster on compLexity. Limp puck, Moo, Razor, Juggernaut for Chessie. Well, well, well. Swapping things all around.
So what is that? Position 4 Brewmaster?
Looks like it.
Or could be... I don't think Limp is gonna give up on his role.
No.
Since he's playing puck.
I think we assume the position here. Oh, Z-Freak in that 4 spot. It's been quite some time, but we've seen support Brewmaster, you know, a significant number of times in the past. He really is that key hero, even more so than like Slaughter or Clockwork. Brewmaster is like the hero that has played, you know, every role consistently throughout Dota 2 pretty much. And you remember back when Solo was playing 5-role Brewmaster back on Vega Squadron?
I
don't
can't
remember.
say I did.
He was the one to bring Brew back.
All right, well, good luck, have fun from Z-Freak. I just want to see the item build. Brewmaster, Magic Wand, no tangos, 2 mangoes, 6.5 region per second.
Where's he gonna go?
Hello, brother, give me a tango.
It's a long road ahead. Maybe no PC, no internet. NA Dota moving on in the major. One of them will progress. Of course, the best of 3 here between compLexity and OpTic. Kyle against PPD. We'll see who comes out on top, as compLexity will walk into Pycat, who swings, turns about face, and falls back again. No stuns here from the Radiant side, only glimpse. Yet to be leveled up by Kyle, as OpTic ready themselves for this level 1 skirmish. compLexity looking to reposition themselves. Kyle getting caught on the trees a little bit, but they'll have their face off around this top bounty
look at
room.
the Razor on the bottom lane.
I'm alone!
Yeah, I'm gonna secure us 2 runes. Do you guys want to fight?
Oh, looks like Zai is shifting down there.
So they're gonna get 3 runes. I don't think they can invade. Yep.
Can Zai get here in time? 15 seconds.
Enigma is slow.
It's
Enigma's
really
actually
slow.
not that slow. 300 move speed, but depends. If he decides to go for his rune, he's gonna lose it. Lose both.
6 seconds.
Static link.
Oh, there we go. And Zai immediately turns around. You're right. Moo will hold the line there. The triple bounty rune for compLexity starts things off very nicely, spreading that wealth across the team as it does appear. compLexity running an aggro tri-lane. Brewmaster, Z-Freak up top with Kyle, Disruptor, Chessie, Juggernaut setting up against the defensive tri-lane of OpTic, PPD, Rubik, 33, Sand King, and Pycat on the gyro. This is going to be action-packed as Zai Enigma down bottom against Moo. Razor will come back to that in 6 or 7 minutes when the lane actually starts progressing properly. Limp against CCNC is also going to be an absolute slammer of a lane. But back towards top, because this is where the magic happens, Lacoste.
Yeah, but the bottom lane, Moo's gonna get a lot of damage stolen, and he's gonna kill those Eidolons in 2, maybe 3 hits.
Well, they split back out. Moo getting chipped away at. Top lane Z-Freak went on a bit of a wander. Went all the way down the river, back up again. OpTic playing back with their creep wave. So bottom lane, what we're looking at now, 3-1, Enigma 0-2. But Zai will be able to do decently here. Those Eidolons building up and pressuring this lane. Limp 6-1. CCNC struggling a touch in this lane up against the puck. Limp doing very, very well indeed.
PPD with Fade Bolt level 1, just for extra harassment. Z-Freak actually brought a set of tangos for himself on top.
And Kyle shares one back to him as well. For now, that is the mid lane.
Razor already has boots on the bottom lane, so he's gonna suck up a lot of damage, especially when he hits level 2 with Static Link.
I don't know if you can tell, but I'm afraid of missing First Blood. There's so much happening.
Yeah, top lane is where First Blood is gonna be.
I don't know. I think like the way Limp is playing here, we've seen pucks demolish Queens of Pain recently. Definitely something that could happen here if Limp, with his double null, gets an upper hand somehow. Already doing very nicely indeed. Top lane, Z-Freak, Chessie. trying to hold back 33 and PPD. The lift with the Burrow Strike ready from 33 will start things off onto Brew, but the clap back, and now 33 with no escape. The Thunder Strike and the homing missile back onto the Panda, but there's spin from Chessie doing a lot of damage. One more swipe with a sword, and they'll secure that kill while Z-Frick survives with the 1 charges to go. Pycat and PPD are unable to secure any kind of cross kill.
Yeah, well, PPD got the last hit on a ward, so that's 75 gold in his pockets.
It's a good little turnaround. Brewmaster, regen back up to full as well. Moo now out of mana though. Unable to sustain this. Trying to bring out a bottle, switches over to the Aquila now. Deciding on what to go for. The Bassi will do for the meantime for that mana regen for sure.
Oh, look at Z-Freak. He was just blocking the camp, even though they have a sentry.
Faking it out. Finds PPD. 33 turns back and finds him. Brewmaster's tanky though. 760 HP. With technically the triple mango, right? The double mango plus the magic wand. 6.6 HP regen a second. Bottom lane, Moo stunned up. The Eidolon's going, but the Malefice won't be able to hold him in place for long enough. While CCNC, he's on this tightrope now, towing the line very carefully. Limp with a 2-1-0 build. 2-1-1 build. Has a fair amount of damage behind him, but speaking of damage, the Blade Fury from Chessie clears up PPD, while 33, yet again, unable to secure anything in return. They're keeping Pycat in this lane, and he's farming decently, but it feels across the board here, every single lane, compLexity is coming out pretty heavily on top.
Well, bottom lane, Enigma has 11 denied, so that's a lot of XP, and Razor is running out of a region, bought a bottle, he's gonna pick up 2 runes, maybe even 3. But he's losing a lot of XP in the lane.
Missing out a little bit there.
What does Enigma have? Bassi and Mango.
Okay. Get that Mango going for the efficiency. Pull across here from Kyle. Not contested just yet. 33 thinking about the Disruptor, but instead onto the Juggernaut, Chessie. Running forward and looking for a spin, but Gyrocopter spacing himself nicely away. The healing ward taken out by 33, but this spin onto Pycat looks like with the 1 charges, he might just be able to survive. The Thunderstrike still going in the lift. There from PPD, drags him back close to the tower, but not close enough. Chessie in a bit of trouble now as he's salving up and will get the homing missile chasing him, but has already recovered enough HP there. And he is out of harm's reach.
Yeah, time to bring some
the shrine
drops, and the shrine is up, so they can use a 3-man shrine, which is closer for Radiant than for Dire. Let's see the bottom lane. CS, what is Razor sitting at? 23 against 17 on Enigma.
Yeah, close match. As we expected, pretty much. The farm trade is pretty much there. Moo coming out a little bit on top with the scan, catching on to 33. No vision on him, though, as the Sand King just moves under his own ward, realizing where compLexity are lurking around.
Puck is getting destroyed. I mean, Puck is destroying Queen of Pain on a mid lane. Level 6 and almost level 7 against level 5. Queen of Pain with level 2 Shadow Strike, I don't think you should go for it against Puck, because it's pretty impossible to hit. So you should just focus on getting Scream of Pain up.
Yeah, it's often kind of weird and wonderful to think about how this laning matchup used to be 50-50, right? This used to be the 1v1 matchup, unless it was SF versus SF mid. But now the Puck...
Oh,
maybe...
Is he gonna go for it? No.
They're pinging. They were thinking about going. Not quite gonna commit there. But now, honestly, I think Puck is maybe, 65-35, even 70-30. Advantage. Same with like Puck versus TA, right? We had that kind of swing in momentum in that lane as well.
Yeah, well, Puck wins lane against TA until TA gets, let's say, level 4, gets some stacks. When TA is level 5, it's impossible for Puck to actually be on the lane.
It's that comeback mechanism that kicks in that's very nice. Homing missiles being shoved out here by Pycat, just trying to chip away at Z-Freak's HP total, but again, this huge amount of HP regen he's got really doesn't care that much about the spam. 33 TPing bottom lane now. With a black hole ready on Zai, they could potentially go for a play onto Moo.
Well, they know that Razor didn't place any wards because it would be in his inventory, and none of the supports moved from a top lane.
Quick burrow strike onto tower. Zai thinking about the black hole, still thinking about it, and now throws it in. 33 walks past the tier 1, and a quick, simple kill onto the Razor there, converting into a bit of a push onto the tier 1, but top lane. Chessie spinning away there, not sure what was going on. Maybe Gyro and Rubik toying with them a little bit. Nothing doing. So bottom lane now, Zai in a pretty good position. 41 and 17. Was for a second the top of the CS board there on this Enigma. Already Arcane's Bassi done. TP back from Razor, looking to clear out this wave of Eidolons and little wave creeps coming forward for the tier 1.
Oh, he wants to kill those Eidolons. A lot of gold from them.
A gift from the
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Nice little chunk of money there. Limp on this puck. Level 8 pops the illusion rune. Regen back up a bit with the bottle as the Gyro Pycat farming stacks. Limp jumps forward. Dream Coil in. The homing missile from Pycat. It's a slow starter, and the phase shift should be here from Limp to just dodge it out. Pycat gets away from the coil, but the damage being done by the Thunderstrike. They need a bit more chase, but it doesn't look like they have it. Now the puck trying to get in on top of Pycat, but he's too deep in the trees. 33 will now be the choice of target as they chip away at 3 different heroes here. compLexity not focusing on one, spreading their damage across too many, but they found Pycat caught in the trees now. Right click down by Limp, little by little. They did orb across onto the Sand King as PPD dropped to the far western side. So they do get 2 big kills, and a burrow strike from 33, unable to connect. Now he's trapped in the trees. Drops one of his own, but Z-Freak will get right-clicked out by CCNC, who made the long rotation in. But all things considered, a 3-for-1 exchange, and compLexity storming forward.
That's some weird-ass stuff going on. Like, they're behind tier 1 tower in the jungle. Someone now also planted a tree there. It disappeared.
Absolute bizarre fights going on. CCNC does lose a raindrop charge there to Z-Freak's clap. In fact, Brewmaster already with phase boots up. He's looking pretty good on his progression towards level 6 as well. Just hits 5. And the tome is coming up in 30 seconds, so by all means should belong to him. As CCNC has a blink, will be forced to Sonic Wave and jump forward aggressively. Kills off the Brewmaster and looks for Kyle as well. They weren't expecting that as Pycat pauses and pat each other on the back.
If it was PPD who paused the game, that would mean something different, especially with this skill. Oh, there's...
I didn't realize.
We didn't see top lane, bottom lane.
As we were watching middle lane, people dying there, of course, but Razor in all sorts of bother. He's stunned by Burrow Strike, right? Yeah, it's just about to end. Limp is on the high ground with an orb in 4. Razor is dead. Cannot cast Plasma Field. So Mu is gone, and maybe, with an Observer Ward from 3-3 up on the high ground, they can find Limp as well. Trapped up on top of the high ground, phase shift is there, orb across, the silence will not be enough, and down goes Limp. 2 cores picked up, as well as the kill in the mid lane. We were talking about the Clown Fiesta top, and it converts itself to some kind of weird and wonky fight bottom lane as well.
Enigma with unorthodox build this time. Usually you would see Hand of Midas into Blink Dagger, BKB, but he went for the Helm of the Dominator, so his regen for his Eidolons, and also attack speed gives him a lot of push potential. That this tower is gonna go down.
Yeah. I mean, Zai is following the algorithm for offlane heroes, right? Offlane hero, buy Helm of the Dominator, win game. Looking pretty good right now, as the catapult wave comes in as well. This could be huge. He's gonna have double catapults, attack speed aura from the Helm, Eidolons going.
Yeah, everyone is making rotation. Queen of Pain, they want to secure this tower, so Puck should try to focus on a mid, and top lane already fallen.
It's difficult to come back and clear this wave out with the double catapults there, and like you're saying, PPD with 33 both ready.
Oh, the damage from 2 catapults and Eidolons, the attack speed also. 20% on these catapults.
Limp trying to get in. Unfortunate there are no Dream Coil targets to go for. We'll try and orb forward, but there's no one lurking around. A Star Observer Ward will scout out the movements of compLexity pretty fully, and they'll see Limp head back towards mid lane as well with that nice little sausage of vision towards the middle lane. Kyle?
Sausage of vision.
Well, look at it. If you click this ward, it's like a sausage. I don't want to call it a cock. I'll call it a sausage. Now Kyle Half HP, burnt down quickly. PPD will steal out a kinetic field, which should only be level 1. Not the greatest of grabs. It could work out if you combo it up with a Sand King and an Enigma, though. Trap people in for a couple of seconds.
Puck with a power threads skipping a whale. Wants that blink dagger up because that's how they're gonna initiate fights. He really can't afford to get both power threads, Veil, then a blink dagger. It's way too much gold invested.
And now an Invis rune for Queen of Pain. Difficult to bring down without level 6 on your Disruptor. You've got Primal Split now though, so Z-Freak can potentially start looking for plays to make. But OpTic with a firm grasp on the map this game. Pycat's been off map in jungle. In fact, farming himself up. Is he got treads? Looks like he's going to head into treads. I thought maybe that was another Helm of the Dominator, but unfortunately not. Dream Coil mid, stolen and turned back by PPD as the cooldown from Pycat will land on their heads. They do have an Orb and a Shift here from the Puck, so should be safe and secure to get himself out of danger, but they find Kyle. And now maybe even convert into more. Z-Freak in his own jungle. Burrow struck up.
Black Hole is ready.
They do have it. I'm not sure if they want to use it, though. Trying to force out the Primal Split, it feels like. As OpTic toy with Z-Freak, but he makes sure he's calm.
Not sure why they did not use a Black Hole. Like, it's a kill. You're not gonna use Black Hole anyway. Every time it's ready, early on, you should just get a kill.
I think they just really, really wanted to bait Split. Because I guess once Split is down, they can just do whatever they want anyway, right?
Well, now they're gonna use it probably.
On the Razor. Looks like it's gonna be that way. Moo.
No.
Queen of Pain jumps in and makes sure that it isn't needed. Very snappy movements here from OpTic all across the map. compLexity trying to do some of their own, but PPD scouts them out. Lifts up Kyle, drags him a little closer to himself with Blade Fury level 4 stolen by PPD. He seems close to unkillable, and 33 trying to aim in. Observer Ward taken out by Kyle, but now he's next to the Ancients. Dream Coil in, the spin is out. PPD safe, the glimpse back snaps, and Z-Freak chases down 33 with PPD up on the front lines. Winning Rift is stolen out. The Sand King is safe. He's got himself to a really good spot, but PPD will be left high and dry as the Sand King walks all the way back down towards bottom lane.
Both of the wards, deep ones from OpTic, got dewarded. This one and this one. Meanwhile, they took the tier 2 tower on the bottom lane. A lot of farm on top though. Razor needs to get back into the game. What is he sitting at? 65 CS.
Middle of the table net worth-wise. Behind the gyro even. Mid lane, Zai has this black hole. He's trying to line it up. The Static Storm is there though. Deterring them, holding them back, and now the Primal Split doing a good job. Cyclone the Enigma. In comes Razor Moo. Plasma Field's out with Zai dropped. This is pretty good from compLexity. No Omni Slash though for 20 seconds, so CCNC will just blink away. And Primal Split securing 1 kill on the Enigma. Yet to secure themselves for this tier 1 mid though, as you look at this backstab from 3-3. Sand King's ready. Kyle might just drop to this homing missile. In fact, he does die. Level 4 in the missile from Gyrocopter secures it, but the 3-man Burrow into the cooldown. Oh, the silence. CCNC can't cast his spells, but they've got the damage to turn it back anyway. Moo tries to get this link going, cracking the whip and taking down the Queen of Pain with the help of the Omni Slash. OpTic, they've been run over. compLexity with his swing in momentum will be able to take down not 1, 2, 3, or 4.
They were way too deep. Also, Split was used. Enigma, with this build, he's going for Mech Greaves. It keeps you alive to one extent, but if Razor has a lot of damage stolen against Jug ulti, some spells, it's really... I don't think it's a good build to start with. Jug is so farmed. Drums, Ring of Aquila, Magic Wand, and what, 400 gold away from a full Battle Fury, 16 minutes in.
Yep, he has it all but done. 8,000 net worth on Chessie's Jug. Looking very, very good. And these Omni Slashes proving to be worthy as well. Z-Freak dips away from the Bounty Rune there, gives it away to the Sand King and says, cool, I'm closing in on my Blink Dagger little by little, 800 or so gold away. PPD coming in to try and steal something juicy. We'll get the clap.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Not really what you want from spending a night with a brew, but unfortunately that's the way things go sometimes. Nice little stack here though for Z-Freak and Moo to clear up.
Yeah, they want to give a Brewmaster Blink Dagger. Still has those 2 mangoes from the start.
Limp thinking about the play mid. CCNC, again, just animation cancelling that Shadow Strike. Always want to keep the puck player on their toes. There is the big mech on the Enigma. So Zai's pushing power, significantly improved. The Catapult still on the go at this top lane as they do converge in. PPD behind, 3-3 in line with the creep wave here. Trying to maneuver himself a little bit further forward. Still a fair distance away from his own blink with a Tranquil's urn slowing things down quite significantly. But again, Dire, they feel they know what's coming. They've got some good wards here. They know that no one's sitting mid to try and deal with the Queen of Pain. They will swing back in there.
The problem for OpTic right now is that they don't have anything to start a fight with. They don't have a Blink Dagger on Sanking, which is really far away. He's, what, 1.5k gold away from a Blink Dagger. And Enigma is not the hero that you want to start a fight with, especially since he doesn't have a Blink Dagger. You can't just blink in with a Quap. Only tool that they have is maybe go, smoke around, start with a homing missile, and that's it. Like they can't, otherwise they can't start a fight. Unless compLexity tries to run at them.
They need to walk into battle. Orchid nearly here for CCNC. But compLexity, their smoke maneuver gets them a couple of good observer wards. Watching Ancients, watching for the tier 2 top. At 33. He's got other things on his mind. Looking to try and cut this wave top as the push comes in onto tier 2. It's been pretty slow and steady for the past 2 or 3 minutes. Neither team wanting to give up any kind of team fight as they have been scrappy, messy ones so far. Highcat continues farming away. Drums, treads done. BKB being rushed out here by the Gyro as well. Relying on this combo from OpTic. As the Glimpse back, puck silenced, killed in fact as Limp drops. Z-Freak tries to keep the rest of them at bay, but now he's in the middle of the fray. He's going to get glimpsed, not glimpsed back, but Kinetic Field is there from Kyle, trying to trap back 33, but CCNC missing the scream. Might not, it's not going to be the difference maker there. Enigma joins in and says goodbye, Z-Freak.
He doesn't even want to use it. And we have Brewmaster with the Helm of the Dominator. Welcome to 2018. Like that item, when it came out, it gave, I'm not sure if it was 10 or 8 stats, I can't remember. It was so good.
It was like 8 HP regen.
Yeah, and I think it was 8 stats. Well, they might find a kill on Jug with this Orchid.
Is a great conductor.
They're trying. The Hunters are waiting in the trees, but Z-Freak up to top, salves Kyle.
4 Clarity Potions on Rubik.
I am the Fadebolt spammer. Just wants to try and shove out these waves as often as possible. Greaves very nearly done for this Enigma, but again, you come back to that point you made. Is that going to be the difference maker in these fights? A BKB or a Blink gives you those black holes. A mech, maybe.
Once they drop low against Brewmaster split against, let's say, Puck Razor, he gives them a lot of armor and health regen. This is the Greaves. What do they have? 21 per second right now on Enigma.
That's pretty damn nice. Smoke from OpTic. Gyro left alone. Zai walking back.
25.
Is that a maneuver from compLexity coming in as well? They scout for wards, they smoke themselves up, but this observer ward to the right hand side, it's not seen by the sentry. They blink forward. Moo jumping in with a Blink Dagger, chases 33, but they've already taken down Peter Pan. Damn, the Glimpse back. Sand King tried to Burrow Strike play himself out of there, but it will be a quick 2-0. compLexity, the smoke maneuver, very, very short, very sweet though.
I didn't see, they smoked around this area. I didn't see if they smoked around the ward.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure either. It felt like OpTic pinged it out and maybe knew, but
I mean, judging,
it didn't move.
Yeah, judging by the position of OpTic, it feels like they didn't know, so they were just they wanted to play around this observer ward.
Yeah. compLexity now with a very nice little Roshan take. Chessie, 11,500 net worth as they've got the Queen of Pain in the middle lane. CCNC drops in the Static Storm. All of a sudden, things going from bad to worse for OpTic Gaming because Peter! He lifts up the little Brewmaster, he spins away, but it's too much damage from Chessie. Limp will secure the kill. As this little Radiant creep. Go on, Creepy, to victory! Freed! Oh, never mind.
Never mind. That's a Blink Dagger on a Razor. Not what you see often.
The Moo special, drums blink. Every hero. Looks like they want to cut down towards bottom tier 1 and tier 2 as well. Easy gold, easy pickings for them. OpTic held back in their base at this moment in time. Good moves from compLexity. It was, you know, very kind of even Stevens now. 6k net worth lead, 15 to 10. Triple core, top 3 net worth. Sitting pretty at the top of the perch. Gyro does have the BKB pretty much done though, and that's potentially the swing factor here for the Dire team. Orchid for Quap, BKB for Gyro. If they can go for a smoke maneuver and, well, maybe they need a blink on Sanking first. I don't know about your thoughts on this, but again, it comes back to, you know, being able to catch people. How do you start a fight? Blink Sanking, surely, has to be that tool they need.
Yeah, but Sanking, what is he sitting at? 400 gold away. He should be the one pushing out the lanes instead of Enigma, because they desperately need that dagger. Enigma can easily jungle, and he should get that gold somewhere, instead of just sitting behind Enigma.
PPD just barely jukes away through the scan. Amu unable to catch with the blink forward, but a tier 1 take. As top lane, 3-3 does get a few creeps to his name. 200 off the blink now, 170. Tower unlikely to fall though as the TPs come back. Limp will start the defense very swiftly. Clear out that wave of creeps. There's another big smoke from compLexity. They've got wards, they've got all this vision in this area, and they know exactly where Pycat's sitting. His BKB is ready though, so this is not a simple takedown. If they can get in though with a static link, the glimpse back forces the BKB early on, and Pycat being right-clicked down. The Razor does so much damage. He gets to the shrine barely in time, but Pycat in trouble still. In comes Limp with a dodge of the Burrow Strike. He's done a great job to get the Dream Coil in, and Pycat looks like he'll fall here as the jump over into 3-3 will get Moo a kill, and Kyle will get the second one.
He didn't want to pop a BKB and TP out. Instead, he decides to just TP out and pop a BKB, which results in 2 kills. And also, Sanking didn't have enough gold to actually buy a Blink Dagger. That feels so bad for OpTic right now.
It really does. And you look at this, Z-Freak, gem up, homeport. He knows what his job is. Tranquil Boots, Wind Lace, Raindrops, Wand, and a gem. Give that over to the Puck or the Brew, potentially, as Brewmaster. You know, with the Helm of the Dominator now, he's 300 gold away from this lovely little Blink Dagger, which is pretty good. Z-Freak holding onto a Purge Creep, but we'll come back to that in a second as Moo has been caught down at bottom lane. The Static Storm onto Enigma, catches Zai as Chessie swings in with a big old cleave. Now the hits and crits through the Omni Slash. They take down Zai, and PPD shortly after follows him to the grave. CCNC unable to get over to the battle, just continues farming jungle camps as he didn't get there fast enough.
I mean, they got the Razor, but they're gonna lose tier 2 tower on the bottom. The lane is actually pushing.
Kyle will finally die here. Quick TP away from CCNC, and well,
he actually gets him.
Dies in the fountain, eh?
Yep, the coil snaps. It's level 3 coil. I almost said level 5. Level 3 coil, 500 damage.
It's pretty big. It's pretty big. I mean, how long ago was that change? Where they took the initial damage and they just put it all at the end?
2 months, 4 days and 6 hours.
You are so good at this. I love having you here.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Absolutely.
Puck with the BOTs and Gem. So Sanking can hide, and they're gonna devour this lane ward. Also, just to stop the split push coming out from Queen of Pain, Gyro. Sanking actually has a Blink Dagger right now.
Finally, a long last. 25, 26 minutes in even. Definitely needs to get some utilization out of this. In jumps Moo, catches PPD. The static link is there, but Chessie needs to chase this one down. The steal out is the spin. So Chessie will give up for now. The split somewhere else in the back as Moo chases PPD, and with one more hit will secure the kill. Down he goes, back to bottom though. Cyclone up onto the Gyro there. Is the split going to work? The Static Storm clearing up Zai. He needs to get a black hole off, but he's gonna die. The Shrine will barely keep him alive, but not until the crit from Chessie secures a wonderful kill and a beautiful team fight for compLexity. Chasing forward, Chessie, Omni Slash in 5 seconds, but they need a glimpse.
Chasing forward. Yeah, this game feels really weird for OpTic right now. Yeah, it's gonna be tier 3, probably even Raxus as well.
Oh.
This is the build on Enigma. He should have gone for a BKB. If he had a BKB, Blink Dagger, Midas, he would have had those 3 items right now, and they could actually take a fight with it.
Yeah. So Z-Freak, unfortunately, no more Purge Creep. It has turned into a Wild Wing. But he had that little Purge Creep there in case he gets, you know, jumped, orchided by the Quap. Just purge off that nasty little silence. Now catching 33 onto Limp. Quick phase shift jaunt out. Glimpse onto SK will secure their safe retreat. And Z-Freak will be able to blink away from Enigma as well. The blink, blink, blink. Out they go. Kyle will maybe be the one hero to die here as 33 and PPD trying to chase this down. Quick Burrow Strike in, but this is a scary place to fight. They've got Blink on the Enigma, but they're trying to group them up. compLexity having none of this. Spreading out, making sure there is no black hole play. And now moving forward one by one to try and chase down any straggling OpTic heroes. compLexity playing this very tight.
Yeah, Shadowblade picked up on Juggernaut, so he can maneuver in these fights, even find Enigma in the back lines, just use ulti and actually solo kill him. Even though with all this armor and the health regen, it doesn't help level 3 ulti.
Invis rune for Zai. If compLexity lose a grip, or if they become a little too lax, Zai is ready and waiting to strike.
They have a gem on Puck, so he can't play that aggressive with that Invis. Puck might actually find him.
Zai, get out of there. DD Limp. Puck coming up to the high ground. Pycat is here as well. Seems like he's ready to run away. He doesn't want to turn and fight at all, but Limp chasing him down. Might force the BKB TP here, and it looks like with the Yule Scepter up, Limp catches one. Zai's here with a black hole ready to go, but he's waiting and biding his time. The trouble is Chessie spin means the magic damage from Pycat means absolutely nothing. The BKB is wearing down now as the black hole comes in, and they do kill 2. Finally bringing Chessie to his knees. But they lose their supports in the back. Still, OpTic spending their BKBs and ultis to get the 2 core kills. Worth it at this period.
Yeah, Juggernaut did not have ulti right there, and Enigma used Guardian Greaves to remove the silence from Puck and popped black hole. This is the first black hole after the one he used in the laning stage on a Razor.
Yeah.
Queen of Pain finished her BKB. Enigma is getting close to 1, so that's gonna be a game changer because compLexity doesn't have anything to stop black hole with.
That's absolutely right. What's Juggernaut going? A BKB of his own. No Nullifier or Bloodthorn there. Aghanims, of course, is a long, long way away, if not impossible for Kyle to get. As this 5-roll Disruptor down just below PPD in the rankings on the net worth. But still feeling pretty good about himself in this game as he's done an exceptional job keeping these wards out. Keeping that vision going. Right now, a lot of them have been removed or expired, but the mid wards still hold true on that high ground of the Dire base. And now, compLexity all grouping up around this tier 1 top lane. 108 HP. 33 tries a bit of a go here onto Z-Freak now with a quick TP out, but the ensnare always cancelled, and 33 has overplayed his hand just ever so much. They lost the gem bottom lane, right? Where has that ended up?
Someone picked it up. Where is it? Okay, they left it at the base, yeah.
OpTic left it in their base?
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Dire's top shrine
All the way back there. Zai, no black hole, so Limp just TP's away. But Roshan up means Chessie quickly into the pit. Aegis and Cheese going the way of compLexity here. No real contest from OpTic. Now the double catapult wave.
Dire's top shrine.
When the next fight happens, black hole will be up.
And compLexity can go for shrine takes here. Control this Dire jungle, but the push from OpTic, you don't want to let this one go. Helm of the Dominator coming in, the attack speed auras you've got between Hellbear and Helm, and these Eidolons and double catapults. Definitely a threat worth addressing. compLexity need to start filtering back with their TPs. Puck, Boots of Travel on cooldown, but will now go for it. And that is the simplest way to jump in, jump out. CCNC blinks forward aggressively, looking for that hero. Limp, of course, with the Yule Scepter. Aggressively onto the Queen of Pain. Potentially opens Puck up to an Orchid play, but it seems like it's a bait here from complexity, trying to keep them around for as long as they can. Zai with a TP. Now they move forward, try and catch anyone lurking. The blink out, the TP away, and OpTic, they get away with murder there a little bit. A tier 3 and a run away.
Yeah, even though they have Aegis and Cheese, somehow they didn't TP to defend. Enigma now has a BKB, so that's a game changer right there. Juggernaut could go for a basher if he feels like it, especially with the Shadow Blade, so he can wrap around and kill Enigma with ulti.
Just slice and dice. Highcat trying to swing back into the butterfly now. SNY drums, BKB down to 6 seconds duration.
Well, that's the problem with the BKBs being purchased early on, because in the mid game they are 6 or 5 seconds, and it's not that good, especially because other heroes, let's say position 5 heroes, have let's say a Ghost Scepter or whatever, and then you can't do too much. Not necessarily against Gyro, just in
general.
Yeah, just in general.
The later you can get your BKB, the more effect you get out of it. OpTic forced to glyph this bottom lane as Chessie, tons of damage coming the way of the tier 3. Spins the safe way. And OpTic thinking about their route of initiation as Z-Freak is up on the high ground here with Kyle. The two brothers trying to get into the game as the glimpse. I'm not sure who that caught, but the BKB from CNC will come in, the Sonic Wave, and there we go, pop the brew. CCNC gets the job done, but the snap of the coil, Puck, limp, trapped in the Burrow Strike, yaws up into the air so the cooldown won't land, the homing missile, gets himself away barely in time, but there's the black hole coming through, catching onto 2. Razor unable to do too much here, Chessie trying to get into the back lines. He doesn't have Omni Slash anymore, as Moo does drain a lot of damage away from Zai, but the Burrow Strike is there, and Highcat clears up the Aegis of the Immortal. Moo left alone for a little bit of time here, and Chessie might be in trouble. Manta's away and tries to run it back. But
5 seconds. Shadow Blade.
Burrow Strike ready. Moo has put himself in the line of danger. And down he goes. Cheese or not, the Razor will fall.
The way this fight started, the glimpse was used on Queen of Pain because Kyle saw Queen of Pain tipping in, so he just sent him back. But Queen of Pain popped aggressive BKB to stop it, and then everything went their way. Enigma with double black hole. I mean, they have Aghanims on Puck. That's one way to break Enigma's BKB if he goes out of it, but that's not a reliable source. And yeah, they lost Gem again. Where's the Gem?
Queen of Pain.
Queen of Pain has it now.
BKB, Gem,
Nullifier.
Orchid, Nullifier. Now Butterfly on the Juggernaut decides not to go for the BKB this route. Back into that evasion build instead. And once CCNC gets that Bloodthorn up, things could become difficult here. As complexity, it feels like they're starting to wane a little bit. Yeah, that net worth lead from almost 15,000 down to 7. 29 to 18. They didn't even get a tier 3 or anything there. Chipped it away to 344 health. A good defense by OpTic, holding on.
Oh, complexity got the mid Raxes and tier 3 tower almost on the bottom lane, so they can go again, knowing that well, Black Hole is up in 20 seconds. My bad, my inner clock is not
jet lagged,
not Swiss. Yeah, so
jet lagged from Croatia to Berlin for sure.
Even though we're on the same time zone.
That's irrelevant, man. It's the plane ride that matters. Big smoke. In they go. Razor caught, Nullify there as well. Everything thrown into the mix as they take down Moo. Z-Freak pops the ult, but the black hole from Zai cancelled immediately, taken out of the game, and OpTic lose 2 heroes. The chase continues. CCNC. Oh, the BKB's worn off, blinks away. The coil expended as 33. Epicenter in. No Burrow Strike, though, as Chessie spins to win. Now the Queen of Pain deep in trouble. Burrow Strike will save her life for a second, but not long enough. And Limp with Chessie going to work. The brothers in arms jump forward, and the only one to die is the one without any family in the game. It's Moo. No brother, no life, unfortunately, will drop. But complexity look very good.
They used everything they had on Razor to take him down. Good nullifier, so he couldn't pop a BKB nor cheese. But after that, 2-man clump up in Jug ulti with Butterfly, that's way too much damage.
You can see the bounce back they have between them. Chessie and Limp focusing targets, Kyle and Z-Freak disrupting every single fight that OpTic want to start off. The Storm, the Split, everything good from compLexity here as the buybacks do start to come out. 3-3 back into battle. Cooldown on the head of this Juggernaut, and Chessie will get ripped apart, but until the spin, the healing ward is there as well. They can't finish him off, and Pycat dies to Z-Freak and Limp. compLexity might just have taken this game. Mega Creeps will be here soon.
He has no buyback. Okay, Queen of Pain, no buyback whatsoever.
17 seconds. Glimpse back, Zai will get dragged away. Chessie with the spin TP safely back home. Z-Freak blinks away, and compLexity, the outplays.
Oh, Z-Freak even taunting. They even took their gem from them. Just want to see where it is.
It's not on any of the heroes, I can tell you that right now.
Oh, there it is. No one took it.
It's still over by the Ancients.
They need a big black hole to actually win this game. Roche may respawn in 1 minute.
Where's my pension?
If compLexity just keeps buybacks on all the heroes, I don't think they can lose this game.
So don't feed is your advice to compLexity.
Yes, always. That's my advice, always.
Well, Pycat with a double damager and might try and turn that advice around against compLexity. Trying to swing into action. About a third of the duration left, a good 10 seconds or so. Burst Strike doesn't land, unfortunately. Now the split. Pycat's BKB, only 5 seconds. Remember, it's going to wear off just now, and Moo absolutely destroys him. CCNC's BKB still going, but Kyle is the only target he can go for, and with the Static Storm down, Kyle's just like, whatever, hands off keyboard, you're going to die in the storm, and now the Epicenter back out, but it is good game. PPD taps out and says, congrats, compLexity. Game 1 is yours, but we have a series ahead of us. Game 2 might just be ours.
Yeah, a lot of small mistakes from both teams. I think prioritizing farm on OpTic side is what lost them the game. They need to farm up on a Sanking because they had no reliable initiation tool, and that Blink Dagger came out around the 25-minute mark, which is not acceptable at this point. Especially since Enigma went for this kind of a build, I also think that should have been different. I don't know. If Enigma went for a different kind of a build, the classic, I'm gonna call it S4 build, Midas
absolutely.
into Mana Boots, Blink, BKB, I think it could have been a different story.
Well, some good stuff from compLexity. Looked okay for OpTic as they held their high ground for quite some time, but like we're looking at, that is game 1 of a best of 3, so we have potentially 2 more games coming up in this series, Lacoste, as we swing ourselves away from this ugly face and this beautiful man.
I want to see game number 3 in this one.
Yeah.
It's just El Clasico.
Just for the lobby
NA.
chat.
Yeah, just for... I want to see PPD winning next one, so he can be salty in the lobby chat, which we're not going to talk about. We can't talk about that stuff.
We're under NDA.
Yeah, and after game 3, I just want to see some old chat.
Absolutely. Game 3, hopefully coming up. First off, though, Game 2. We'll swing to a break and see you guys in a little bit.